Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Non-Reality, and in today's video, I'm doing a step-by-step season guide. Basically, what this means is I'm going to be doing the season, and I'm going to be pausing at certain points and recording and being like, hey, this is what we're going to do. And then I'll cut to once I do it and be like, hey, this is what I did, how I did it. Or if we're doing like an enhancing session on the Tuvala gear, I will show you how to do that in the video. But first off, we need to go to a season server. If you are a completely new player and have never played this game before, it will probably just automatically put you in a season server. I'd recommend one of the novice servers. But if you are returning to the game or you just want to make a season server or a season character, just pick any season server except for PvP. I would not recommend that. And then what you want to do is you want to click down here to season character. Now they changed seasons a bit. So as you can see here, it says season character tickets. Right now we have 2, which means you can actually do 2 season characters right now. And then they'll be giving out more tickets throughout the year. Just like, during login rewards or events, they'll give us another ticket. And these season characters are now year round. So you will never have to graduate if you do not want to. You can stay in season and you can just play the game how you want. Also, every single character that graduates does get separate season rewards. So don't worry about making like one character and being like, okay, well now I can't do this stuff on the other character. You can do it as many times as you want as long as you have tickets. So what character do we want to make? Personally, I think I'm going to make a Guardian. I don't have a Guardian yet, and I'm trying to get every class in the game. And I think Guardian is one of classes that I want to try out. We're going to make this character. Obviously, we're going to be sticking to the name that I usually go, which is Nobody's, and then the character name. And then we make sure this season character thing is selected. Check the name is available, nice, and then we create the character. Obviously, you can do some beauty customization if you would like. So then from here, you retreat within your mind to visit an old memory. This will help you learn the basics. If you skip the tutorial, you cannot complete it later with this character I cannot read. If you are a new player, I'd recommend doing it. I think you might have to do it your first time. If not, you can just skip it. And then from here, which one do we want to pick? I personally recommend the Mountain of Eternal Winter if you are a returning player. If you're a new player, I'd recommend Ancient Stone Chamber because it will get you the most amount of knowledge and intro to the game the best way possible. Land of the Morning Light is the new region that came out a few months ago, but I personally don't like it. I think it is not great for new players. It's cool if you're a returning player. So if you're a returning player, you might want to do this one instead. But Mountain of the Eternal Winter, if you're just trying to complete the season, is the fastest way. It's only about a 2-hour story, maybe 1.5 if you go really fast. So we're going to be starting there. Wait for this to load in because load screens take forever. And we are about to load in. There we go. We can skip all the dialogue, because why would we do that? Here it comes up, and we accept the first quest. Now from here, you're basically just going to follow the Land of the Morning Light quest line. You're going to talk to this lady a bunch of times. Then you're going to do this whole cutscene, all this stuff. And you will just keep following the quest line wherever it takes you until you get to the end of the story, basically. Now, a few things I want to touch on before we get into it. First of all, we have the season pass here. Now, as you level up, you're going to be getting the free rewards, a bunch of free rewards that are going to help you. Make sure you do collect these. I'll talk about them later on. And then we have the Black Spirit Pass. If you are a new player and you're willing to spend a bit of money, I would recommend actually buying this because there's a ton of things that you get. And right now it is, how much is it? It's $30. So if we look at some of the things, maids are already like, 8 to 10 bucks each. A permanent calling horn is actually like $25, I'm pretty sure. So right there is basically the price of the pass. You get another maid. You get a bunch of enhancements mats in case you mess up a bit, but you shouldn't mess up if you watch this video and follow along with what I do. You get a Vice of Valks, you get a bunch of Cron Stones, you get these tokens which you can hand in for special things at the end of the season or whenever you want to hand them in. A bunch more stuff. We have a Traveler Kit, which just gives you a bunch more materials and whatnot. We got a 7-day Old Moon book, which is really nice. That's about like $7-8 bucks. We get a bunch of Advice of Valks, which are really nice. Even more Cron Stones, which are huge. And we get an 80 stack, which is really nice. And then more Seal of Journey. So I'd recommend buying that if you're a new player or even a returning player and you just want to spend a bit of money. It is a good investment. Now, other than that, I want to quickly say that don't worry about what shows up in your inventory. You're going to get a lot of items, and as long as your inventory isn't full, just keep them until later. I will go over everything. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole storyline, and then I'll jump back in, and I will tell you what everything is as best as my ability. I'm not going to use anything. I'm not going to spend anything. I'm not going to do anything unless I have to for the story. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening right here. So I will see you guys once we're done with the story in about 2 hours. One quick thing to mention is while you're doing the story, make sure you check the Black Spirit every once in a while, because you will have these quests called a gift to become stronger or something along those lines, which will give you the Naru gear you need to upgrade. So you just click the quest and then you click to accept the quest and you'll get the piece of gear. This is just helpful because you're going to have to fight some mobs in a bit. So make sure that you accept those and just keep checking it every once in a while. You'll get beginner Blackstones and all that stuff, which I will get to when the game prompts us to. Wanted to quickly mention, once you hit level 20, make sure you go here and complete all of these. Like I said, I'll talk about what these do later, but what happens is you get a horse and you actually get a horse riding crop, which are really nice. So basically you're going to equip this riding crop. This will just make it so your horse runs faster. Then you're going to go over here to a stable. Any stable works, and you're going to click register mount. And then from here, you're going to click on the mount you want to register, the tier 8, and then you're just going to type in a name. You know, we'll go golden, sure, why not? It looks golden to me. Then it will be right here for you to ride. It's just an easier way to get around the map, because the map is very large and you're going to be going around quite a few areas. But if you're like me and you're a psychopath, actually just run everywhere, because it actually levels up your breath. So if you're a new player, you might just want to run everywhere, but that's up to you, honestly. You can hop on the horse if you want to. But yeah, I'll see you at the end of the story. So we hit level 30 and there's something that we actually have to do right now. So if you go to here, the season pass, we have to complete these. Now it says we have to enhance Naru main weapon to +3 or higher than equip, and then it says Naru armor to +3 or higher than equip. I'd recommend following this as best as you can, because later on you'll have to do +15. And if you do +15 and then if you make it all the way to Pen or whatever you have to do, and then you get it to Tuvala and you equip the Tuvala, it actually doesn't count as +15. You have to have +15 Naru. We'll talk about it more when we get there, but just go slow. Basically follow it, get all of your stuff to +3, and then stop for now. So how do we do this? So we're going to take off the armor. You have to do the armor, even though everything here is like armor. It means the armor chest piece. And then we have the weapon. We have these beginner Blackstones, which you've been getting from the season pass and also through the quest that I was talking about earlier. So all we're going to do is right click on this. Then we are going to put it into here, and we're just going to keep skip animationing. And so it wants us to get to +3, so we're just going to get to +3. We're just going to stop for now. Just get to +3. Do the same thing with the weapon. 2, 3. And we are going to stop for now. Put these on. So put armor on. Then put weapon on first. I guess you can put both on at the same time. It doesn't really matter. Weapon, armor, boom. And now we are back to leveling until we get to +15. And then I will show you how that works. But yeah, do that with the rest of your gear. And I will see you at the next level. Okay, we just hit level 45, so now we have to do Naru main weapon to +15 and Naru armor. So we're going to be doing the same thing as we did before. We're going to be hitting this main weapon up to +15. Actually, unequip it. Armor and main weapon. Now remember, we're getting it to +15, no higher. Now, with the Naru, you can honestly just slam it until it goes. You don't really have to worry about it failing. It's kind of whatever. You're just going to keep slamming it. You shouldn't run out of durability. I've never ran out of durability. So once we get +15, we're going to put that away. Do the same thing with this one. Don't use any fail stacks. Like I said, just keep slamming it. You should have way more than enough beginner Blackstones as well from collecting them through the Black Spirit and through the quest you do. We're just going to re-equip these. Go to here, collect them, and then we will see you once we get to level 50. So once you're about to hit level 50, you will have to do a quest. Now, I accidentally did it without thinking, but I want to go over it real quick. You'll have a quest right here that says, to reach level 50, do the Go Beyond Your Own Limits quest. All you got to do is open up the Black Spirit, go to the main quest. There'll be a quest here called Go Beyond Your Own Limits. You accept the quest, and in your inventory, you will have a clear memory piece that looks like this. You just click on it, and it will complete the quest and let you go to level 50. And then you can continue on with the story. And I will see you at level 50. Okay, now that we reach level 50, we have to do the Pen Naru. Now this is the point where you can accidentally change it to a Tuvala, so make sure you follow exactly what I do so you don't accidentally do that. So obviously we're going to do the same thing that we did last time and completely forget to unequip our stuff. There we go. Now we unequipped it. And we are going to get these up to pen. Now we're going to be doing the same thing that I talked about earlier. We're just going to keep smashing it until it goes. We aren't going to worry about crons. We ain't going to worry about fail stacks. We're just going to keep going. And it will take a while, but you shouldn't run out of durability. Just keep going until it goes pen. Just keep clicking it. Keep clicking it. Does take a while. Gotta keep going until you hit it. You should have way more than enough stones to do this for every single piece you have. Keep going. And clicking and clicking. This one does not want to go. It's really being difficult today, I see. We're just going to keep clicking. As you can see, I've failed this many times and I'm still almost half of my durability still, so we're chilling still on durability. So then it hits pen. So at this point it says convert. Do not convert. Just take it out. That's all you're going to want to do. And then from there you can equip it and that will complete the quest. I have to do the weapon now as well. So we're going to do the same thing with the weapon. Maybe the weapon will go quicker. Be nice to us, weapon. Cool. And then don't convert again. Pull it off. Equip it. And now we have these two finished. And then from here, you can now do all of your gear to pen, and then you can change it to Tuvala. And you should be able then to change these two back. If you unequip the weapon and the armor, you can then click this up here, this little congratulations, you can now obtain Pride Tuvala, and you just convert it here. And once you do that, it will then regain its durability and be at Pride Tuvala, which then you can then enhance all the way to Pen Tuvala, which I will talk about later on once I completely finish the story. So as you can see right here, we have the Pride Tuvala, and it is at max durability. Right there, equip the Pride Tuvala, nice. Now we're going to go all the way to reach level 55, which should be about at the end of the story. Once I complete the story, I should reach around level 55. I might be a bit lower. If so, I'll show you which mobs I'm going to actually kill. And then we will do the enhancing part of the Tuvala. Yeah, I will see you at the end of the story. Okay, so we have finished the main story, and it actually put me out at level 51. So now we have to get all the way to 56 to then be able to do our Awakening or Succession questline. We're going to skip these two for now. I will go back to them later. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to farm at Desert Naga. This is a really good place to farm, and it's actually a lot less crowded than Polly's Forest. And if you have all your Pride Tuvala, which you should have from enhancing your Naru up to Pen, you can easily do this spot. Now, to get here, you basically just go to the Sandgrain Bazaar, which is on the east side of the map. You're probably somewhere around here. If you did the main storyline, you might be around here right now. But you're going to be coming over here, and then we're going to be running to the north. Now, before you do this, make sure you have any XP you're going to want to use. Now, I'm going to just use... Actually, don't want to use anything that I didn't get already. So all we're going to be using is what we have, which I don't even think we have anything. So we're just going to be going in and getting the XP the old-fashioned way and using the buffs that they gave us through the season. I'm not going to be using any extra XP scrolls because I wanted this to be as authentic as possible to a new player experience. So you're just going to follow me over here. This is the town. We're going to be running north. As you can see on my map, I'm going north. And like I said, I like this spot just because it's a lot less known than Polly's Forest and is similar or almost the same XP. I actually think I level here faster than Polly's Forest personally. So I like this spot a lot better. And since it is less known, there is a lot less people that come here and take the mobs. Obviously, since this is the beginning of the season, there's probably still a ton of people here. We're just going to be running. So there is an entrance right here that you can go into. Actually, we're going to go into this entrance just to make it easier for everyone to follow. So as soon as you go into this entrance here, we are basically looking for the actual node manager. So as you can see, there's already someone here getting some XP. So just keep following my path. We're going to be going down here. And now we are going to be farming here, like I said, until level 56. Even though there are some stuff to do in between it, like getting your duo Tuvala, but we'll worry about that later, because I do want to have a whole section on actually enhancing Tuvala, since there is a couple different ways to do it. I'll show you my personal way, and I'll talk about some other ways. And also, some people do like leveling here until 61. That is an option that you can do. There's also a quest line or a guide by Evil Doers Harm that shows you how to get to level 61 through quest. Also, if you're a newer player and you're actually doing like the Stone Chamber quest line, like you're doing all of these, you can, if you want, just like keep doing the quest line. You'll sooner or later get to level 61. So right here's the node manager. He might have a quest. I can't remember. No, there's no quest. Okay. I didn't think there was, but I couldn't remember. So we're going to go up this over here. And now this is basically the spot that I like to farm. It starts here, and you can actually go around this big circle here, and you can actually go all the way over there, and there's a ton of mobs, and there usually isn't many people here. Kind of show you what I'm talking about. Looks like there is someone here, but that is completely fine. Like I said, it's the beginning of the season. So there's all these mobs over here that you can kill. And then you can run up to this hill over here, and there's a whole extension area over here. So even if there is 1 or 2 people here, there's still way more than enough mobs to actually kill. So we can go all the way over here. And then we can wrap around and actually go back there, and then you can come loop around back over here. Now make sure when you're grinding here that you do have your pets on, just so you can get any loot that may drop, because it will drop some of the time-filled blackstones and other things you can use for leveling up your gear. But yeah, this is where I'm going to farm until I reach level 56, and I will see you guys at level 56. Okay, so we hit level 56 at Desert Nagas. It took me about 20-25 minutes to do that. And now we unlocked the ability to get our Awakening and Succession. So if you go over here to the Black Spirit and you go to main quest, you're going to be doing this quest line for Awakening and Succession. It's about 14, so you're going to do the Awakening version, and then you're going to do Succession. This will give you your Awakening weapon, and then it will give you your choice at either running a Succession or Awakening, basically like your character spec, whichever one you want to go. But yeah, once I finish this, we will be back with the enhancing portion. Okay, so now that we're level 56 and we finished our Awakening questline and got our Awakening weapon, which you get Pride Tuvala immediately just from doing the questline, we can now start worrying about enhancing our Tuvala. But first of all, we're going to kind of sort out our inventory a little bit. So first of all, I'd recommend going to Velia. I think it's just the easiest place to work around, and this is where I'm going to be on the north side of the map. So first we want to go over here to the Central Market. Now, basically you can put everything in here that is able to be put in here, just to clear out some inventory. So we'll put these away, put these away. We're just gonna put all this away for now. We can grab it back out later if we need it. It just makes it a lot easier to see what's going on in your inventory. Just put all of this away. We're gonna keep these for now. Let's keep these ones. Now, while we're here, or actually, let's go back down to our storage real quick. So we're gonna go down to our storage. Now, from doing the quest line, I got a few gold bars, which should come out to around 47 mil silver. So we're going to go over here and we're going to do currency exchange, turn those into those. And then we're going to be taking anything else that we don't need right now, anything that just looks like trash that you're not really going to use, and we're just going to put it away in our storage. And that seems to be about it. These are some quest items. You can kind of just put those in a random storage. This and this, put those in there. Then we can delete these water buckets. Then we can just sell all of that. Can't do anything with that right now, it's fine. Then we're going to come over here to the blacksmith. Sell any trash we might have from the leveling process. You can just click sell junk and it'll sell anything that is junk. And then I'm going to delete the round shield, Cannon Jordan. And then you can put these in storage. I personally don't need them, so I'm just going to delete them, but you can put those in storage. And then we are pretty good with our inventory. So to go over everything real quick, just so we can kind of like get an idea, this is the fishing rod. This is like a thing that you don't really need, but like once you get level 57, you can just claim it. We have blackstones. These are going to be used to help us with fail stacks. We have these season tokens, which we can trade in. We have these beginner and blackstones and weapons. We are actually just going to sell these because we're already done. Make sure you only sell them once you get all of your Pride Tuvala. You don't have to worry about Naru earrings because you can actually just get Tuvala earrings from the blacksmith. These are just event items, and it has an event going on right now. We have Tuvala ore, which is a material we're going to be using for enhancing. We have refined magical blackstones, which is also used for enhancing, and then we have time-filled blackstones, which is also used for enhancing. And we could just throw those in storage. Accidentally didn't throw those away. Here. There we go. So now we are going to go here, sell these beginner ones since I don't need them anymore. And now we are going to be going over here. So what I'd recommend doing, just to start off, since you're not going to have a ton of fail stacks for actually leveling up your Tuvala, I'd recommend buying some blackstones. If you type in blackstone, you can buy weapon or armor. And you can buy, you know, probably 100, 200, however much silver you have, you know, buy a couple and see where it takes you. We're going to be using those for fail stacks, which we'll talk about in a second. But our next thing that we have to do is we have to get a Tuvala main weapon and armor. So let's take off these. So now that these are Tuvala, we are going to be using the time-filled blackstones. So some people will just click these at base. But if you're a new player, you might not have a ton of Tuvala ore or an easy way to get a bunch of Tuvala ore. So I'd recommend using a little bit of stacks. This is why I recommend using the blackstones, because what you can actually do is you can take the blackstones that you have and you can turn them into stacks for a certain amount. So we can go all the way up here to a 30 stack, and now it's a 72% chance. And we'll just click it. Now it's duo. We save that. Do the same thing with this one. Use the 30 stack again. Failed. Failed again. And there we go. So now we can equip these and finish these quests. Got a bunch more of those and a bunch more of those. Complete. And now we are down to enhance a Tuvala ring to pry or higher. So what we're going to do, I think it's from this dude here. We're going to go here and we're going to click exchange. Now we can exchange Tuvala ore for accessories. So we need to get a pry, so we need at least 2. It might fail, but we'll see. We don't want to use too many of these because we need these to get our repair back up. So I'll show you that real quick. So if you fail an enhancement, your max durability goes down. You actually have to use these to get it back up. Don't use any artisan memories if you have them. Just use those. It goes back up and then we can repair it. So we're going to need those for that. And we're going to need a decent amount of them. So make sure you're not wasting them. Now that we have the 2 rings, we can enhance them. I'd recommend stacking this pretty high. It's already at a 71% chance. I'm honestly, just because I've had bad experiences with this, I'm going to go a bit higher. There's no way it fails at 90, right? Okay, cool. So then we can equip that, and that is the next thing that is done. So I'd recommend if you are feeling good enough and you have enough Tuvala ore, I'd recommend getting at least pry for every ring slot, both the rings, both the earrings, the belt, and the necklace. At least at pry for now, just so it helps you with your grinding for a bit. So the next thing we have to do is we have to complete one of the recurring season weeklies. If you open up your O tab and you go to recurring, there's a thing here called season weekly strung Tuvala gear. Now at this point, I would recommend grabbing the one that says help that never arrives. This is for the desert nagas. This is the same spot that we leveled up earlier. So we're going to navigate, and we're actually going to, oh, there is no navigation because it actually is in the desert. It's actually at the guy that I talked about earlier, but since we weren't the right level, it actually didn't show up. So we're going to go over there and we're going to accept that quest. And then we're actually going to level there all the way up until level 60. I recommend going to level 60 for now because that will get you actually finished with all of the levels you need for the quest. I think it'll take you about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on what buffs you have, to actually get enough XP to get to level 60. And then from there, we will be able to do more enhancing. So for now, I'm actually going to talk more about the enhancing, and then I will go do the leveling. So how I would do the enhancing, now this is my personal way of doing it. You can watch a video on it if you would like, because I don't know if my way is the actual best, but it is what I do every season. Now this does take a decent amount of Tuvala ore, so you're going to have to make sure you have a lot of Tuvala ore on the ready to actually use to repair your gear. So basically what I'll do is I will see, first I'll pick which spec I'm going. If I'm going Succession or Awakening, personally I'm going Succession. So this is what so with Succession, I will want to level up my main weapon first. So with the battle pass, if you go down here to this right here, it is an item called a Frozen Tide Blackstone. This basically makes it so you can guarantee enhance a thing to pen if it is already tet. And then they give us one for accessory as well. So what I'll use this on is actually my main weapon. So I'll do a bunch more damage early on while I'm grinding in season. So what we will do is we will get this to Tet. So how are we going to do this? First, we're going to use these. How these work is basically it gives you a 100% chance from going to Pry to Try, but it does take durability. So you'll lose 20 durability, even though it will succeed. So we'll do that. So now it hits Try. And then from there, we're going to use a 30 stack. It is a bit of a low chance, but what I like to do basically is just keep going back and forth. So I messed that up. Now I go back to here, hit it again, and now we'll do a 30 chance again. Didn't go, so now we'll go back to here. And since it's 100%, it's not going to actually use up your fail stack. And basically, I'm just going to keep doing this until it goes. This is just the way that I like doing it because it's super simple and you don't really have to think about it too hard. So as you can see, the durability ran out, so I can't tap it again. So now I got to go back here and use these ores to get it back up. Luckily, we have a ton. They gave us a ton this season. I'm just going to keep doing over and over until I manage to get it up to Tet. There we go. So now I'm just going to keep this at Tet for now. Have to recover its durability and then repair it. So we're just going to do that. And now, since that's my main weapon I'm going to be using, I'm just going to keep that on Tet until I finish the pass and am able to get the Frozen Tide thing to get it to Pen. But we have to do our other stuff. Now, how are we going to do this? So first of all, we're going to go over here to Fugar, because Fugar actually has a quest line that you can take where he'll give you free fail stacks that you can use on your gear, which is really good. So we're going to run all the way over here to Fugar. It is quite laggy because there's a lot of people in the season server. And Fugar will have some quests. Actually, he doesn't even have any quests right now. I think that is later on that he will have some quests. So later on, we will come here and talk to him in a bit. But for now, we don't have the quest. I'm assuming that's just because we're not high enough level. I have not done the seasons in a while. So for now, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing the recurring weekly quests like I talked about earlier. And then from there, we will come back once we hit level 60 and we will finish the rest of this stuff. So I will see you at level 60. Okay, so quickly before we go into the well, to correct my mistake, they actually changed how to get fail stacks. So before you'd have to talk to Fugar, and then you'd have to enhance the item, and then you'd actually get the fail stacks, but they actually changed it to make it a lot simpler. Basically, when you do the enhanced Tuvala armor to Try, you'll get 8 fail stacks, and then once you do the enhanced Tuvala armor to Tet, you'll also get 8 more fail stacks, which is a really cool way for them to simplify how to actually get the fail stacks. Before, you'd have to go over to Fugar, accept like 15 quests, and then do it, and then hand it all 15 quests, and that was really annoying. So they made it super simple. So yeah, you just have to do the enhancement, which we will do after getting to level 60. But yeah, I just want to say that real quick since I had wrong information. But yeah, now over to Desert Nagas. Okay, we are at the same node manager that I was at before. This time he has the quest. So I was actually mistaken. He should have the quest from the beginning, but I didn't have these selected. So if you go to O, they have this quest type down here. Make sure you have all of them selected so you can see all of the quests. And then you can grab the weekly from him, and you have to kill 500 Desert Nagas, and then you will get your choice at any of these 3. Now, personally, I'd recommend grabbing Tuvala Ore. This is just my personal choice because you do get a ton of these through the Battle Pass, and you also do get I think 300 more of these through the Battle Pass as well. On here, yeah, you get 300 more, and you actually don't get any more Tuvala Ore from here. So I'd recommend grabbing the Tuvala Ore because you're going to need a lot of it if you're planning to make Pen Tuvala accessories as well. But yeah, we're going to be sitting here until we hit level 60, and then we will be back. Okay, we have grinded out to level 60 from Desert Nagas, and we handed in the quest, so I got a few more of these. It took me about 2.5 hours to grind at Desert Nagas, so not too terrible. So we're going to be seeing what we need to do next. So we did the turn-in for the recurring quest at Desert Nagas, and then enhanced Tuvala main weapon to Try. We already have that done. Because we did it earlier. And now we have to enhance Tuvala armor to Try. That's going to be super simple. We're just going to be using the refined stones like we talked about before. Going to be using these. There we go. Put that back on. And then we just need to go defeat 100 monsters. And then we need to defeat 200 monsters. And then we need to do the Tet. And then level 58, which we should already have, defeat 300 monsters, and then we need to do a Tuvala necklace, level 59, 400 monsters, level 56 or level 60, 500 monsters, and then we speak to Fugar. So let's go do all the enhancing right now, just to do it really easily. So what do we need to do? We need to get a Tuvala Mainham weapon to Tet. We already have that, and now we need the Tuvala armor to Tet, which we will do, and then we do the Tuvala necklace. So like the weapon, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're just going to be using a 30 stack with these, and we are going to be trying to get it, and then if we don't get it, we're going to be using the refines. Back to that, refines, back to that, refines, and we need more durability. We're going to be doing this on all of our gear. I might not show it in this video, we'll have to see how long this video ends up being, but you're going to be doing this basically with all of your gear. So this is, we need try, then go again, there we go. Then we can equip this, and it will finish that quest that I can't accept yet because we haven't gotten there. And now the last enhancing thing that we need to do is enhance a Tuvala Necklace 2 Duo. So we're going to be going to here, and we're going to exchange for 3 Tuvala necklaces. Hopefully we get it first try. Then we're going to be enhancing these. First one, and then we're going to roll tap. Cool, easy. Never use any stacks on those, just roll tap them. There we go, Tuvala Necklace to Duo. Now I'm going to try to get something to pen just so I can kind of show you how I would do it. Just for the video's sake. So if I was going to get something to pen, I'd go refined, refined. Then we would use a 30 stack. Remember, we're using the black stones. Then if it doesn't go, we go refined again, 30 stack again, refined again, and it failed again. So let me cover durability. I might not get it, but I think I should be able to. So now we go back to here. We're just going to use up the rest of our refined stones that we have. If we run out, it's completely fine. So we want to tap for pet. And then from here, we could use a 30 stack if we want to, because it honestly isn't that hard to get it back up. It's a 20% chance. I'd recommend if you're like a really new player, you should use the 40 stacks they give you. Remember, we got 8 40 stacks for a 25% chance. So basically what you're going to do is you're basically just going to tap it for Tet. Or for pen, if it doesn't go, you're going to swap back to the 30 stack that we were using for Tet, and you're going to tap it. If it doesn't go again, that's when you're going to keep swapping back to the refined stones. But if you don't have any more refined stones, we're going to be using I think 20%. Yeah, we're going to be using around a 20%. And then 30. And if it doesn't go again, we swap back. We go to 20 again. Now you can use the black stones for 20 as well. We're going to go back here, try to tap it. If it doesn't go, we do need an extra slot, so I don't have one right now because I have this 188 stack. But basically, you'd be hitting a pry on like a 20 as well. Honestly, we'll just do it this way, just so I can keep showing. So we'll do this, and then we'll do a 20 again. Then we'll just keep going there. I do want to try to get the pen just so you guys can see how many tries it might take. Obviously, it likes being fickle every now and then because why not? See if we can get it back up to Tet at least. Go for one more pen tap. I don't want to drag this part out too hard. We're going to be going for this 41 stack. Didn't get it, so we're going to drop back down. Go for a 30 stack. Then use this stack. If this doesn't go, we can save it. Okay, it went. Now we can use this 47 stack. Hopefully it goes. It did not go, but that's basically what you're going to want to do. You're going to keep going back and forth. You're going to keep using the biggest stack you have that's around like a 40 to 50. You don't want to go much more than that, honestly. I don't really think it's worth. But you're just going to keep doing that over and over and over until that you get all of your stuff to pen. But then make sure once you're done enhancing that you do repair, because if you don't, you won't have much durability on your gear. That's why we bought a bunch of Tuvala ore. So we have a lot to repair with. Everything else is really easy to get. These purple ones, really easy to get. You just grind. And then these you're going to get, you know, throughout the battle pass. And then once you run out, you're just going to do what I did with the stacks. You're not really going to use those much anymore. But yeah, now let's go do the kill quest real quick. It looks like we have to kill a total of around 1,000 mobs. It does look like we have to do these in order. So we have to kill 100, and then we have to accept it. And then we have to do level 57, and then we have to kill 200. You can't just do them all at once. But you should already have the levels done, and then we should have already done these right now. So the only things you'll have to do are kill the mobs, and you should be able to finish the pass. So I will see you at near the end of the pass. Okay, we finished up those kill quests and we're on to the last thing, which is speak to Fugar. All you gotta go do is go talk to him, then you're done with the passes. All you have to do is just go speak to him, see what's up, and you will now finish the pass. Your inventory should look something similar to this. So we got ourselves a Tuvala ring and a Pen Tuvala earring. We got ourselves 2 boxes which we can open for potentially good rewards. Nothing out of that one, and nothing out of that one. That's too great. We can use the Armstrong thing. We got an advancement support box, just gives you a bunch of cool stuff. You got some exchange coupons in case you want to, when you graduate or whatever, you can change them over to a different class, which is really nice. We got a Stellar Spirit Stone just for some life skilling, got 500 crowns, which is really nice, and we got an enhancement kit, which just gives you more stuff that you can put into the central market. We also got the Resplendent Kittix Crystal Box, which are used for getting more combat XP, so I'd slap those into your crystal storage and then use them on a crystal slot. Other than that, we got these 2 things used for penning your weapon. So basically, like I said before, depending on if you're Succession or Awakening, choose whichever weapon you are using and then use the stone on it to get it to pen. That way you don't have to worry about it and you'll have a good weapon to start out with. And then the other one is for an accessory. So how you would do this, I just want to show this real quick, is you do something similar to the armor. So you'd grab a couple of those. Now for accessories, you don't have to use as many high stacks because it does have a pretty high chance. So as you can see, even to try, it's already like a 50%. So I'd honestly tap pretty much raw. I wouldn't even use any stacks until you get it to Tet. Well, we'll do some tries and see if it does go. So we're just gonna go base, base again. Gonna go base again. That's basically what you're just gonna keep doing. You're basically just gonna buy accessories until you get it to at Tet, and then you might just want to use a small stack. We'll try some more again. For me, it doesn't really matter too much about the Tuvala works. I'm probably not even gonna get all my stuff to pen since I already have like, 15 sets of Tuvala armors for my alts. We're gonna see if we can get one so I can see what stacks are looking like up for Tet. We're just gonna keep doing this raw. Didn't go. Try again, didn't go, and I am almost out, so we'll do another 10. So this is what the luck's pretty much gonna look like for the most part. I've never had any luck with season accessories. I don't think I've ever made a season pen accessory just because I didn't waste the time with it. There's other ways that you can get accessories for pretty cheap. So now that we're on try, I'd recommend using a small stack. Let's see what a 30 gives you. You can honestly use a 30 stack, 56% chance. And then from there, we can now use the stone to get it to pen. And then now we have a necklace. And then you'll need to do that for your belt, another earring, and then another ring. And then you'll be set to go. Obviously, it does it once I buy a bunch of those. But that's fine. You can actually turn them back into Tuvala or if you want to through the heating window. Other than that, I think the only other thing we got were these skill books, which just give you more skill XP. But if you did grind to 60 and didn't get power level, you should have enough skill points to actually get every single ability for your class. So now that we are done with the season, if you're a new player, I would recommend staying in the season for a while, just because it will boost your silver gain, because while you're grinding, you'll end up getting, some of these time-filled black stones and some other items, which if you don't need, you can then trade in for silver. So it's a nice little gain on silver. And the extra XP bonus from the season is really nice to start out with until you get your character to around level 62 or whatnot. So the last thing I want to quickly touch on are these things right here. Once you finish the season, if you didn't buy the season pass, you will have 120 of these. Some suggestions, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to buy, but if you're a newer player, choose your pet box and made for hire box under the 1 exchange per family is really nice. Now it does say 1 exchange for per family, but that means per thing. So you can choose your pet box once and then you get a made for hire once. It's not one of any of those, it's one of each. And then from the exchange at all times, I'd honestly just recommend getting the Golden Blessings of Aegis. If you want to go that route, you can get, I think, 4 of them, if my math is correct, which is 4 hours of basically better drop rate or drop amount for trash loot. So I think that comes out to the most amount of silver in those exchangeable at all times choices that you have up there. But yeah, other than that, I did hope this video helped you guys kind of figure out the season step by step. And if you guys did like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I've been streaming on Twitch a bit recently, so if you want to go over there and ask me any questions you want, I'll have it linked in the description below. So you can go over there and follow and, you know, ask me a bunch of questions while I'm chill grinding. I don't really have a set schedule. It's just going to be whenever I'm late at night grinding, want to listen to some music, and just want to answer some questions. But yeah, hope this video did help you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.